because of Rocket. He should have died there, and he ended up surviving by hopping over the wall, and that was just really impressive. Yeah, here it is. I finally called it the right play. Basically, what happens here is Rocket should kill him. Freddy should die. They didn't space out their CC at all. They held the kick. Freddy hops over the wall, survives, predicts the kick, gets kicked out. In return comes Svenskeren. He came all the way from his own jungle. He basically turns that around in the kill, and they end up baiting an overpower for another 1-for-1 with an extra assist on Freddy. And then, yeah, Freddy starts rolling. He is this big, massive tank presence. Next to him, Svenskeren, another tank presence. That allows for Gaven to just play in between those lines of the offense. And then, if something goes wrong, Enraid is there with the Lulu to basically buff him up a little more HP. And SK played it out beautifully. Surprisingly, how well they rotate with so little vision is actually quite remarkable. So massive props for SK, what they brought to the table yesterday. Really hope for a repeat this game.
Also, a luxury if we talk about this SK lineup and the way they played, that we don't even have to mention Fox yet. He was playing solid and doing what he has to do, but that's still something they have in their back pocket to pull out.
Yeah, they basically tried to shut down Fox by camping him. He survived, and he did great as well. And it's actually good for him because he's newer to the LCS. If he can be the quiet guy in the background and start shining in these that would be a lot better for him. But he definitely didn't make any major mistakes. And we just have to stress, SK worked as a unit, and that's really good to see because you saw the value of team play even in Fnatic. People that are working together, they basically, the sum of the parts becomes greater than the parts individually themselves, and it's really nice to see that come out of the European teams already.
You have such a way with words.
I practiced that, I'm not gonna lie.
The teams are just about ready for Champ Select, so let's send it over to the caster desk.
Thank you very much, Sharks. My name is Trevor Quickshot Henry, here with the ever-resolute Martin Deficio Lunga. It is time to kick off the day as Meet Your Makers will be taking on SK Gaming.
Yeah, and I think Cripple said it on the analyst desk. SK Gaming coming in as a big favorite. Impossible situation. New mid lane every day before LCS even started. Already had replacement support. Jungler, new synergy, everything. It's not looking too good here for him.
I do like the fact that Cripple was giving Villager some plays. He did try to make plays. He was in a desperate situation. We need to see a little bit more of those plays paying off. But more than that, SK who were just so coordinated and so together.
Everyone has to win their this match. Outplayed by SK Gaming. Aggressive plays in the early game, try and run maybe a bit of a pick comp here and punish the lack of vision from SK. That could be the chance for MYM. Turn it into a solo queue game. Don't try and play on it.
Who needs a beat
We'll have to see if that works out because with my I'm sure it's quite shocking. The reason I bring that up, Miner had a banned against SK yesterday, along with Azir. It was
a little congrats.
So we'll have to see if he gets some more interesting picks and bans because they also SK Gaming caught us by surprise. But it ended up paying off.
Yeah, so SK Gaming actually banned the first pick but that match mid lane. And I think there was a reason behind it, but Gnar should be a ban against Freddy. You don't want to give this guy Gnar. Don't ban Renekton.
Well, we'll find out what the teams decide.
If
We
you hit
are
a wall,
into picks and bans here for day 2 in the spring split.
Oh,
Zia
Rek'Sai.
again taken off the table. That's 6 for 6 as far as Rek'Sai is concerned. Meet Your Makers taking away from Given. Even though he played Lucian yesterday, Martin, you were talking about fast push comps. It would be one of the champions that could do that.
Let's get to the fun.
SK were thinking about.
Yeah, and SK did show it yesterday how lane swapping early on down the first tower in the top lane. And swapping down to the top lane after. But banning Caitlyn and then leaving Lucian open
Stands for Bunny.
should mean that Meet Your Makers can get their hands on a very early aim character in the Lucian itself. Otherwise, they'll be gonna lock that one in if they want to go for the safe track yesterday. But once again, Kassadin being banned
I don't
here.
need a plan.
Oh, sorry, Zed being banned by SK Gaming like yesterday. Kassadin from Meet Your Makers. They want LeBlanc in the mid lane. They kind of want to dodge around this LeBlanc.
And with the LeBlanc taken off the table, that whole train of thought is now down. The next question is...
That's exactly the reason for the banning from SK. Knowing, okay, Belisa can lock in LeBlanc, we won't have the Kassadin to counter pick it, so we're just gonna ban it. Does mean, however, Meet Your Makers.
The question is, what do SK value? When the sun is available, Janna's available. The picks that we saw lots during the course of yesterday, as is Jarvan. Gnar has been with Jarvan all 3 times we saw it yesterday.
Getting Jarvan here is important.
Yeah, I'm not surprised to see SK think about that.
So played it yesterday as well,
Never know
and
what he
Svenskeren showed some very good moves, as always, whenever he's playing in the he knows he's going to. And obviously getting Graves. kind of again makes the Caitlyn ban pretty much useless against SK because
Let's
Graves is
get
still considered one of the best AD carries, and Forgiven can play very aggressive with the laning phase on it as well.
So we'll see how he controls himself. Those his next two insta-locks as far as Pincher Makers are concerned. Their lanes are shaping up already. Mobility, pick, and a nice take from Gnar. And see Yamato Cannon there in the background. Here's the coach going to be deciding to be their support. The jungler will be later on.
Yeah, so
Sometimes.
Blizzard against Ari again. Trying again to make some flashy plays. He lost the laning phase to Pepinero, however, he couldn't actually stop Pepinero from roaming around and killing his poor little top laner in the last game. But getting the Sivir somewhat explains the Caitlyn ban then, as Caitlyn is a counter lane to her, but Graves is
Here I come.
it's not exactly a
save
lot
the day.
easier for Sivir to deal
Or
with. It becomes a bit of a farm lane for her. She has to stay back and play very passive, but all the kill potential is on the side of Graves and SK Gaming.
Well, we'll see how SK decide to handle themselves. They've got so much damage to play with. And lockup.
Sometimes
Jarvan,
you gotta make
Cassiopeia,
the door.
Lissandra, and Graves. Gonna look to see who their final support will be. If it's gonna be Lulu like we did see from yesterday or not. No traditional frontline. It didn't work for Gambit, but SK demonstrated a higher level of play with similar champs.
I think Jarvan is a front line in itself here. Could see a bit of Aliona if he wants to join in terms of engaging and being the tank
needs
for the
a
team, but
beatdown?
actually Jarvan should be enough for SK because they have so much damage. Lissandra and Graves combined with, of course, the Cassiopeia, which is actually still a flex. We don't really know who's going to play the top between these two picks here, depending on what SK has actually been practicing.
And we'll see what they decide to lock in. Micho Makers have rounded out their team composition. Horo's going to be using Lee Sin in the jungle as opposed to that Olaf we saw yesterday.
Let's get to the
Janna
fun
making it
part.
all the way down to the second last pick. It is sort of first pick priority, where this has been on 421 for most of the Korean league from LCK. This time around, it will be in Nisbet's hands.
Yeah, so
Piltover's
MYM on their
finest.
side, you have a lot of pick potential through Lee Sin and then Ari coming in as well. So good 2v2 skirmish and Sivir with her ulti. So you have actually a fairly strong team fight. But on the side of SK Gaming, you have great
Plan?
engage from Lissandra and
I don't need a
Jarvan. You
plan.
have against so much burst. Even the Lulu support is going to make your Jarvan even more tanky and harder to kill when he's the guy engaged. So I feel like there's so many tools for SK to play this fight and
never
avoid
know what-
getting kicked off by MYM.
We'll see if SK can control the game. So we are going to see that Lulu support once more. We'll see whether or not Enrated can dictate the tempo. On the side of Micho Makers, they've got the
I'm
mobility.
doing
They've
this
got a fairly
my
good
way.
early to mid power spike, and I feel like they're going to need to play much more aggressively than yesterday, and Mima cannot afford the same mistakes if they want any chance.
And MYM, they need to win the early to mid game. Not even off, but just because SK Gaming will outplay them in the late game. So we have to see aggressive plays from Horo on this Lee Sin, no Olaf this time around, and just try and get some or Minecraft, the two solo laners. Sivir Janna, it's a bit tough to set it up for Horo against Lulu and Graves. To go all in against the squad. Solo is where you focus should be. Cassiopeia is a very, very
Let's
easy
get
target.
cracking.
Okay, go for it.
Well, we'll see if they can make it work. We did see the coaches there just shaking hands as they exited the stage. Here's, of course, Yamato Cannon for MYM and Inner Flame for SK Gaming. Coaches involved in those picks and bans.
I'll let my
And we
hands
do
do the
have the
talking.
team comps ready for you. Guys, jump onto Twitter. Tell us who you think is going to win this matchup by tweeting to us at LOL Esports. Use that hashtag MYMWin or the hashtag SK
If you hit a
win.
wall,
These
hit
are the
it
skins,
hard.
And you can see the team comps. We'll see. You know the crowd was supporting SK Gaming earlier. We heard them cheering and chanting for the home team. We're about to load up onto the rip. There's Mutual Makers taking on SK Gaming. First match here of day 2. Let's see if we have any early game shenanigans going on.
So, and really engage Lulu as well for disengage, meaning MYM is going to have to look for these pigs on flanks around. Vision control is going to be very important, which is a thing SK Gaming is terrible at. They don't buy any wards outside of a side stone and whatever trinket they're sitting on. So that could be the opening also for MYM.
Well, let's hope they can upgrade their trinkets and they can get use of the modified timers.
1-0 in rated.
Okay,
Forgiven. Oi!
hey, is this Vantage SK? He's going to put some damage down, but at the end of the day, nothing really gained from the trade.
We did notice again though here in 5.1, The ward, when
Plan?
you place it, actually
I
takes
don't need a
longer
plan.
before it goes into stealth and you can't kill it anymore. It gives a little bit of extra time for the why I missed a lot of ward placed by Forgiven.
Small advantage there.
Sometimes you
Really
gotta make
massive.
the
Did
door.
you see the lane setting up to appear to be standard? Freddy on the both ends, so up in that top lane. See that running that flash exhaust. Very useful once you get it.
Here I come to save the day.
Later on. These head-to-head matches. And this is going to come out ahead. Forgiven. Pepper was talking about how aggressive he is with those. Another
my
chance
hands
to
do
get
it.
it.
SK actually wanted to go and try and stop the potential jungle start for from early trading on to Mr. Rollins.
Rated Lulu. We talked about this yesterday, how Lulu in lane. Yourself and Pepper both not particularly
I
impressed
admire
with
that.
trading back and forth. Janet's way more damage than I think Nisbet was anticipating. And they're still going at it, Officio. We'll see how this is going to lead to control. Because now Nisbet is in trouble. Little Ones connects. Look at that damage.
Yeah, you see a problem with the bottom lane here. They don't really communicate or synergize in terms of who they want to trade on. It simply meant once Mr. Riles was standing in the front, his was back away, they was kind of so SK would focus 2 members on one target, while everyone just had to try and hit whoever was near them, and therefore lose out on the trade. And obviously Lulu has quite some decent auto attack damage
Let's
with
get
the
to the
passive
fun part.
in the early game. And Cassiopeia against an Ari matchup, it's definitely clear of Cassiopeia early on in terms of the pushing and
Going off that way. Fox is shoved away
I'm
very,
doing
very
this
Horror
my
may have an
way.
opportunity to get involved if he decides to stick around this mid lane. SK, stamping authority in the bottom lane, stamping authority in the middle lane. We'll need to keep an eye on Freddy and see if he can get some control of top lane. Mima is also being shoved back. Or is going to have a lot of work to do because all 3 lanes are being shoved in.
yeah, he has to look towards his mid lane
Plan?
here, especially when Cassiopeia
I
is
don't need a
pushing all the way
plan.
to town. She's an immobile champion. Go for that early game, but he's actually taking a full clear. He's not going back to base after doing 3 camps like we saw yesterday. He then upgrades whatever you want on the Lee set. Get that gold boost, the 30 extra gold from camp. Then he's just doing a full clear. A little bit of gold here.
Well, Simon Fox tried that yesterday
Sometimes
as well. It didn't
you
work
gotta
out
make the
all that great for him. We have seen Sven Skeren on that Trailblazer for at least an additional camp or 2. As we're talking about it, Horo has actually backed off and grabbed his upgraded jungle icon. SK will continue to push, will continue to play this. The time for potential ganks is SK
So strong.
There's no first shield with the Rolls in trouble. That does get taken down. And Rated and Forgiven flash in for the first blood. Forgiven does it again.
Every single trade from the start of this lane has gone in favor of SK Gaming. It was just a matter of time before they could try and finish off either Rollins or Nisbet here. First spot early on. Sadly went unrated, but you'll take it because you killed the enemy and you carried that early.
Such great play from Forgiven and Rated. Stemming from the very, very moment it's just going to count the jungle. He's also gone for that Trailblazer. We'll see how close Freddy plays. Sven's also sticking
Kills
around
over's
in the
finest.
mid lane. Take a look. Blizz has come back into lane. There's no flash on Blizzard, so
Oh, and he's
keep
waiting
that
to
in
push
mind.
up. Such a bad situation for him. You're sitting with no flash and you're waiting, pushing towards the enemy tower. This is
Oh,
trouble.
the slide, the glide. Blizzard sent flying.
He's
Ignites,
down.
burning, poisons, ticking. Fox gets another kill for SK Gaming.
Just the worst situation because you have to get your jungle there to push out the wave, otherwise you will get ganked by something like a Jarvan. Terrible start for him. Losing 2 kills in the laning phase, which we talked about they had to win. They had to do anything against SK Gaming.
5 minutes into the game, MYM on nearly 3,000 gold down from SK. It was a terrible, terrible start. Double the CS advantage in the mid lane for Fox. 12 CS advantage for Forgiven. This time around, holding under in the top lane. Unfortunately, it may just be too heavy to carry if this trend continues.
Yeah, Freddy's plays with his teleport anyway. Doesn't have to actually kill Mima one-on-one. And bottom lane is doing so well. Unforgiven, double longsword early, so looks like he wants to go for a brutalizer and
Who
really
needs a
snowball
beat
his
down?
lead.
Instead of take advantage with this Lulu. Fisher, I have to ask, how Lulu could get outplayed by Jan in the long run. Doesn't seem to be the case for the
Well,
moment.
it works when you add in a Graves against the Savior in this situation. With his passive and early game damage, he will win those trades. Sven's gone on to Horror.
Horo's in
Doing
trouble.
this
Svenskerin's
my
going
way.
in, continues to land auto attack after auto attack. But Horo can't even control his own jungle.
This is what you can do so early when your mid and bottom lane is just winning and pushing up all the time. Your jungler just walks straight into the
They'll
enemy
never
jungle,
know
plays
what
all
hit.
the deep wards, take the small fights because you know your backup is coming way before the other team.
Definitely works out in Svenskerin's favor. SK continue to accelerate control. Fox disregarding the minion wave, and look
Beam
at
on,
that damage
Noi.
from Twin Fang.
Spamming Twin Fang, land one poison, and the trade is heavily in your favor.
Not really working out for Fox thus far. He continues to keep
Here I
control. Look at
come
the
to
presence
save
here
the
from
day.
Svenskirin on the sidelines. He's going to go, oh, that's a flash engage from Fox. They do take down Blizzard. Now Svenskirin is taking some turret damage. Horo's trying to chase down for a fly kill. Fox can jump in and throw some poison
Right.
down. Not going to be
Stands
needed.
for vicious.
We do see Svenskirin and Fox down away. Horo. Oh, he's landed the second wave. He's got Svenskirin, but is Horo going to give up his life? Fox is looking for, that's a flash from Horo. Poison's not going to tick. First kill on the
Who
board
needs
for
a
him.
beat
A
down?
nice little reply here, getting a kill on Svenskar. Took a greedy route back towards the mid lane. Still though, your Ahri has now died twice. She's sitting on 27 CS, and she's your newest member to the team. Not exactly feeling too comfortable on the stage. Definitely not after that start.
Definitely not indeed. Svenskeren with some very, very good games in the mid lane. That was an aggressive dive. And Fox went for the flash petrifying gaze.
But it's such a good setup because again you have all the wards placed in the enemy jungle, so it's actually yours now.
I'm
to control
my
parts of the jungle on the entire map. So you can go for these aggressive dives here. Okay, in the very end, Horror managed to pick up a kill, but Svensson didn't have to run. He could just walk straight out of it.
I let my hands
Comes into effect. So there's a second flash on camera. Roll. Behind this flash. So he needs to be very, very careful. Rolling around. Today. Just really, really stepping up in the lane game.
What we talked about yesterday, how they've made some very good upgrades to the lineup, making them a lot stronger in the laning phase, while the shock calling is the same
get
from
cracking.
before. Candypan and Jesus didn't do a major part of the shock calling from SK, so that's the same. You just have stronger laners, better carries all in all, so whoever gets ahead in the lane can just win the game for you.
Definitely a
don't
change
need a plan.
change in style compared to last year. Pretty much. But also, Tomorrow has changed the jungle item. Smite. And we'll see if he can make use of it, because this is going to be a 2v2 in the top lane Deficio. It looks like Freddy is going to go for the fight.
Meganar.
Mima, he hops, he crunches. Glacial Tomb's out, Cataclysm's down. Everybody's involved.
Nice setup.
Dragon's Rage kick goes backwards, now Freddy will fall immediately after. 2 kills for MYM. Mima and Horo doing work.
Don't mess with the Mega now here, Mimar. Set it up perfectly. Was just baiting around. Horo
You
joined
gotta
in.
make it.
No wards from SK on the top side, so they didn't see him come and just take the 2v2 fight with the Mega now. Beautiful setup again. Notice how Horo unspotted. Then Mima goes in, and Svenskeren is now caught behind enemy lines. He has
Here
to go
I
for the
come to
engage,
save the day.
and this one goes in favor of MYM.
Very, very well executed fight. That's Goomba Stomp from Meganar doing a lot of work. We did see SK taking the tower in the bottom. Looks like MYM should be able to take the tower on the top, so that will at least keep that roll as close as it can to the finish.
If they can actually stop SK from running straight to the dragon here, then it's going to be a big win for MYM. But Invaded already moved into jungle here,
My
setting
way.
up some wards to see what's going on, and Svenskeren is picking on the dragon.
So we'll see how to stop this one. Looks like MYM anywhere nearby, so first dragon of the game should go contested to SK Gaming. Just trying to get some control of the objective. Very, very small damage. We do see an upgrade nice stuff getting to the final. standard itemization going through. However, for the first time we've seen Cassia,
I let my
a lot of
hands
Aegis
do the
start as
talking.
opposed to the tier we did see during the
Again, I feel like this is getting that tier. He has to stack up through the mid game. Get your Rod of Ages so early. 10 minutes from now, it's going to be fully stacked, and he's just going to become stronger and stronger. And like waiting on his tier. Slow stack up, but it takes more time.
Fun.
Fox can make use of those stacks.
It's also make him a bit more tanky actually, so that works out. Seeing as you mentioned, they're only running with Java and the front line here. The rest of you can take at least a few hits before you end up dying. That works out
Given
well.
really
Well,
wanted that Krug. That was a collateral damage, and you didn't actually secure it by doing that. But take a look at the CS differences. Plus 25 for Fox in the mid lane, and plus 35 for Given in the bottom lane. That is a whole lot of gold. And SK's player is just 1,200. But Mima does
It's not a bad item at all, but just going full tank, especially when you get a kill early in the lane, I think it's better. It's so much stronger.
Needs to
Like,
be down.
He's going probably towards the Warmox armor here as his second item, so it's getting that flat HP against both the physical damage from the likes of Forgiven and of course the magic from the Soul.
Let's see how Mima does decides to itemize.
I'm
Spencer
back.
still not upgraded his jungle item, but sitting on that Trailblazer double long for a while. But we'll see what Mima can do in the mid lane. That's a stun from
TP
Fox.
coming.
3v1. Exhaust is down. Fox gets knocked up by the wild growth. He's still alive before finally getting taken down. Now Horo is the next target. SK are unable
alive.
to take
He's
him
alive.
out. Ignite is ticking away, and Horo does manage to survive. MYM initiating, get the kill.
Yeah,
If you
again,
hit a
and we're
wall,
winning out here
hit
on
it
these
hard.
gangsters setting up to take a little while before they actually got the kill, but small win once again for MYM and Nisbet.
Ooh, Nisbet just a little out of position.
Sometimes.
Look
You
on their
gotta
way to
make
see if
your
Svensson actually wanted to ulti before he flashed away, but playing it very, very safe.
So
from Nisbet.
second death of the game for Spencer in there. MYM, they won the top lane 2v2.
Let's get to the
They just
fun.
had a very strong engagement in the middle lane. They got the teleport, and they got themselves a kill. Definitely not out of this yet, but the public opinion is that they are in favor of SK Gaming.
If you hit a wall,
I do like how
hit it
Horo has
hard.
been a lot more active here in the early game from MYM compared to yesterday when he was playing the Olaf and just actually sat back and farmed until he realized, okay, my lanes have lost and the game is now over.
You'll never know what
But on this Lee Sin, he's been part of every single kill. He's been there to counter ganks every single time as well, and actually shooting out Spencer. Really using very powerful Lee Sin and the chill.
I'm doing this my way.
Has been destroyed. We do see the Warrior Enchantment picked up for Spence Garrett. They're given final pick for Stab Equalizer. Got himself with the Not horrible, but look at the damage onto Spence Garrett. Chilling Smite in full burst is very skilled.
Warrior Enchantment is actually a very good thing for Lee Sin. Just get one damage item in the start of his jungle, or the jungle enchant, and then just go full tank from there. And you can still do, as we just saw here, quite a lot of damage in the early game. And of course has no tank, just
I let my hands
but SK gaming with this early game, don't just go back and like very early. Try to push the enemy team out of the map and just take full control of
Who
everything.
needs a beat
SK is
down?
not a team doing it. Once again, they have one pink wall on the map. The rest is denied. You don't really need to deny it like we've done beforehand. And that actually meant that MYM could come back
Let's
with
get
two
the
counter ganks now where there was no wards from SK to spot what was actually going on and how many members from MYM was nearby.
So we'll take a look at that mini-map in a moment. We see how SK are playing the Vision game. Just a couple of defensive wards
Here I
near
am
the
to
Dragon
save the
for SK
day.
Gaming. However,
Or
the Makers
wreck it.
have got a couple of deep wards, both the top and the bottom half of the map. It's not exactly great coverage, but Dragon is still a minute away. We'll see what SK Gaming still hold it for very small.
Tilt over.
How well they they can coordinate around this dragon. Forgiven's up top. Nobody else is putting pressure on that dragon objective just yet.
No, and SK likes to do this. Once they've taken the bottom tower, they send them rated on Lulu, Ricky's AD carry to the top side, to start pushing it in. But they will have to go down towards this dragon here as it's about to spawn. But MYM, because Graves and Lulu was hitting something, they're able to go in here and place a lot of wards around it. Move your Ahri in there now, wait for someone to face check, land the charm, burst the target down, and take the dragon. Should be the call.
Looks like it's
What was the point?
don't know. We'll have to figure it out because MYM starting to do, but the vision is slowly being cleared out. Dragon control kind of still with MYM because they have pushed SK behind the mid towers.
Well, yeah, but at least SK managed to get a few wards in and didn't get punished. Just walking straight down in an area where they couldn't see anything should never go unpunished, especially when you have an Ahri in this mid game. And it's actually one of the things we see very often here in Europe.
Plan?
Ahri, they don't really know how to
I don't need a plan.
because they just stay in farm and they play like one-on-one build. Instead of catching out targets.
Focused on the dragon. That was a flash. No, I did. It's my bad. My bad. Just the spike coming down. But SK posturing, looking potentially for a fight, to react to a fight. MYM. Now both sides have got really good initiation.
Well, the thing for MYM is again, head first into Cassiopeia ulti, so they have to actually try and get the pick through the charm, or maybe horror kicking someone back, or
I let my
flanking around.
hands do the
But they're
talking.
unable to do it because SK have just been sitting in the mid lane as 5 members now, starting to drag in here again. They can see MYM moving in.
Not have access to Nar. Sonic Wave.
Just give it up.
But there goes the Glacial Path. Brady is initiated. They've locked down Nisbet and he gets knocked up by Spence Garrett. The slam dunk from the Cataclysm locks him out as Mima is zoned away from the rest of the fight. SK get the dragon, get the kill, and they get out.
Here I come.
It's too easy for SK here. They can just walk in and do whatever they want. There's no response from MYM. Using the ward there. Dragon for SK. Back to playing power. All in all, just an easy win.
They were so close to doing the right thing, but they unfortunately just were
Sometimes
unable
you
to,
gotta nick the door.
unable to take advantage of the wards that they even put down.
Yeah, I'm not really sure how possible this. Blizzard was sitting in mid lane where the Solaris were just
I'm doing
standing
this
on the
my
side
way.
of the same. Enough about that one. We have to praise SK Gaming for once again knowing exactly how to play in this mid game. You grew up 5 members and
Built
then
over
waited for
slice.
the other team to engage, and you just wait once they make a misstep, walk in, take the dragon, back away, didn't
Who
even
needs
lose
a
the mid-top
beat
because
down?
they pushed away first.
Decision making from SK
Rampage.
in the second game here of the spring split.
Shut
2015.
down.
You can see all the itemization
Shut
I'm
down.
my own
across the
backup.
board. Warmod,
Enemy is legendary.
Sharing that Fox was just briefly disconnected. Gonna get
Enemy double kill.
Morella Nomicom plus those Iranian
Yeah, of course. Really big advantage for Forgiven with the brutalize. Picked it up very early, but the double He's just been trying to hit. It's just been all about him and invading.
They've definitely dictated the tempo, got themselves a 40 CS advantage from all of that aggressive play. It was level 1, level 2. On the go.
Hit it hard.
No, they danced around that previous dragon, but they didn't present a weakness, they didn't present an opportunity for Lee Sin or Mima to jump on. And
Let's get to the
just
fun
very,
part.
very intelligent decision making, very intelligent positioning around the river, the dragon, the towers. And SK playing this one quite coordinated.
It's always been the SK thing, knowing
They'll
how
never
to
know what
react to whatever they do, how to punish them when they don't use whatever advantage they would have. And that's what SK is doing so well. And once again, White can pick up a dragon. They did the same thing yesterday against Rocket. Every time you try to camp mid lane, well, you would get a tower in the top lane or get some farm on one of your side lanes.
I'm
Then you just
my own
completely
backup.
out-rotate them. They don't use, or they don't win through warding, but just by being so smart and so good at timing everything.
Yeah, we'll have to keep track of those board numbers when we come back next week. But Mimir, I do want to touch on day and night from yesterday to today. Now he's got the Nards 9 to the side. Serious numbers there, about 13 behind. But more importantly, it just feels like he's making the right
Who
decisions.
needs a
Yesterday
beat
didn't feel
down?
like his head was in the right space. And yeah, he seems to be doing a much better job, despite the fact that we haven't seen him get a mega Nard that's been super impactful.
Well, we haven't actually had a team fight yet, so not really a chance for him to do it.
Piltovers.
Mega Nard, gang from Horror, counter gang from Horror wasn't able to play. But no,
Yeah, that's actually unfair because he roamed middle as well.
that's actually been part of the... trying to play right, Frederick came up, so it wasn't just really one-on-one, did his play, but he just one gang to top side. Quite like enough to buy the early instead of just going full tank and using that early again to just become unkillable in the mid game. Like we saw Sion yesterday from H2K or on Odu Ambe. You just couldn't kill him in the mid game because he was full tank. To finish the game.
There was no damage to back up all that damage. We'll have to see how well SK can continue to
Sometimes you gotta make a door.
up and running back. Playing Cassidy here today, played Cassio yesterday as well. Cassidin.
Almost the same.
And then of course it was he was not. Freddie was playing
Freddie
Nard.
was playing
He
Nard,
super
yeah.
excited. So a slight change in even the playstyle here for SK with those sort of double AP champs in both up and middle. Which we're seeing a little bit more diversity actually in the team comps.
I'll let my
throughout
hands
this
do the talking.
Yeah, true. I mean, when it goes to like the big top lane games, like all of your
Has been slain.
yesterday, a lot of teams seem to just,
Enemy killing
if
You
you
hit a
champions
wall,
actually pick like
hit it
either
hard.
Renekton in the top lane or Jax in the top lane instead. But now we have two of them what we consider the strongest, and Freddy also just showing he can play a bit of everything. And Horror, wow,
we're
on
right back and
Forgiven.
they're jumping onto Forgiven. Blaz is trying to get the
I'm
kill credit if
doing
he can.
this
Ignite is
my
ticking
way.
away. Wonder attack.
Oh
Somebody heal
my
saves
God.
him. Blizzard, he gets caught by the minions and he's forced to flash away. You are not forgiven for that mistake. You will not take it lightly.
Let's
And
get to the
Forgiven
fun
gets away.
part.
One hit it. Let's just see. I'm just replaying it on my own screen. Horror just stopped hitting him because he wanted to get the laser and then Forgiven stays alive, heal, and of course the shield from him raided.
I don't need a
That
plan.
could have been a very nice kill for him to actually push the mid lane after as well from MYN.
Kill secure would have been nice there, I think. But yes, you can see exactly what was happening. But Forgiven manages to get himself out and get him keep his
Piltover's
life
finest.
before giving it to MYN.
Losing the laning phase is a double safe choice, but you miss out on a lot of damage, a lot of burst potential. One of the reasons Forgiven also stayed alive here. And we can see he's building towards it now, the DFG, but it's coming very, very quickly.
Only 120
Here I
CS
come to
on the
save
board.
the day.
Rampage.
Contrast to Fox's 160. You see Freddy sniff something is up. Moro and Mimir try to look at something else. This is like the way to take the second half of the game.
lunch.
It will be traded as mission.
Yeah, once again, Forgiven go back to this top lane. Whenever the bottom tower is gone, bottom lane's ready to raise clear. This is well.
Has been slain.
Around the end, well,
Exhibit to my
Has been
way.
destroyed.